Open your Bibles. Let me see if I can dig a little bit more deeper, because y'all didn't cooperate on Sunday. I said a few words and then y'all just start the bucking. Because ain't nobody going to beat y'all bucking. Man, and I love bucking. But I want to, I worked on these lessons. I like to say them every now and then. This is what I want you to do. If you're taking notes or if you're thinking along with me, the name I want to call this lesson, Get the Knot Out. Get the knot out. And I want to spell knot, N-O-T. Get the knot out. Get the knot out. And I want to do it from Numbers chapter 13, verse 31. Stay seated tonight. Numbers chapter 13, 31. Get the knot out. I just want to kind of have a little talk with you about this whole concept here. Get the knot out. Listen to what it says. But the men, that's what it says. But the men, reading from the King James, went up with him. Now the him that they're talking about, that fella is Caleb. Say that name with me, Caleb. And the men who went up with him that he's talking about are the other 10 leaders. Total of 12 leaders. Those 12 leaders make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, when we say that 12 tribes of Israel, because I want you to start coming to Sunday school again, what we call cross-training, those 12 tribes are the 12 sons of Jacob. Those sons, therefore, created a tribe, and then that tribe created a nation. And that's the power of people, isn't it? So you got 12 sons who become a tribe, who become a nation. Moses says, get me one person from each of those tribes that would be, watch this now, a representative of the nation. So the 12 men are supposed to be, if you will, the representatives who bring only information that the nation's supposed to do. Now, that should sound familiar, right? Sound like Congress, right? Sound like the Senate, right? And they are not the ones with the power. It's the people with the power, and they represent us. But as time went on, unfortunately, they have the power, and we listen to them. But they didn't start that. These fellas did. These fellas misunderstood their role. Their role was to bring information, and then the people were supposed to make a decision. Did you see that? The people were supposed to make a decision. And so the 12 came back with the information, and then two of the fellas, Joshua and Caleb, they hooked up. And then the other 10, they hooked up, and then they said, in actuality, this is what their words are in verse 31. We be not able. Is that good English? It is. It is. Wouldn't be in the Bible. It's good English. We be not able. It's very powerful. We be not able is what we call the present tense, which means we be not able now, we be not able later. So not only are we not able, we will never be able. You got to hear this now. We will never be able. We will constantly live in this state. God, if you could just wake up for one moment. We will never change where we are. This is the way it is. We be not able. The not, N-O-T, I'm playing with it, is like the N or the K-N-O-T. When you tie a knot, you restrict movement. right? You restrict movement, and not only do you restrict movement, you give it a bond. And I just found out when I pulled out my Christmas lights for Christmas, they are tangled. So when you get a knot, it stops movement, it restricts it, it tangles it, so you don't know the beginning from the end. So when the enemy gives you a knot, he's trying to make sure that you get so tangled with your now that you'll never believe there's a future. And you get so tangled that you don't know where to start to get unraveled. Where do I start to fix it? Because it's so, we just went out and bought some new lights. Because to get the knot out takes too much. God, I wish I had the right people to teach this lesson. It takes too much. So what happens when you find people who are knotted up, either you have an unusual strength to work with them, or you just go buy something new. And we're living in a society now, we ain't trying to get the knot out. Once your marriage get knotted, get something new. Once your church get knotted, get something new. Come on, look at me while I teach. See, because it takes too much to untangle it or untangle it. So the Lord told me, are you willing to get the knot out? Because it's tied up. And so I started, and I want you to participate tonight. I started thinking about stuff with knots. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot make it. Cannot be it. How many more knots? Can you think of any more? Huh? Will not. Will not. I will not do it. So not only I can't do it, we won't do it. Should not. Should not do it. Yeah. I'm even past if I even capable. We just should not. See? Yeah. Better not. Yeah. That's the intimidating one. Better not. I'm going to the store. Better not. Going to be smarter. Better not. Be more spiritual. Better not. You going to start a church, Bronner? Better not. That's what a couple preachers told me. I'm going to name them in a couple of weeks for you. Better not. See? And I'm going to ask you a question. It's one thing putting yourself in a knot. It's a whole nother thing when somebody else ties you in a knot. Restrict you, bind you, tangle you up. And you get so knotted and I get so knotted, we don't even know where to start. So they said, we be not able. We be not able now, and we be not able later. And they knew what they were saying. They knew that the knot was going to be so strong that they was not going to be able to untangle those people. And how about this? Look at Numbers, rather. Numbers chapter. Well, you read it when you get home. I want you to have Bible study. I want you to do it with your family. Numbers chapter 1, you find the verse. All right? 600,000 men were at that mountain when the 10 men came back. Not counting women and children, that took it over 2.5 million. So 2.5 million people was knotted up by 10 men. And it got so entangled, and this is how you entangle it. You start the confusion in the noise. And what happens is they start to knot themselves up. So you throw out a point, then they throw it out, and before you get back, you've tried this test before. We've been together a long time. If I start and I say to Karen, don't tell anybody, The shoes that I bought were only $10.99, and I got them from Kmart. Don't tell anybody. Now, time it gets back to you, I got them from Woolworth, and they were $15, and he just as crazy as he want to be. Because we all add our interpretation to the knot. And the more I add to it, the more it becomes entangled. Now, how do I know? Because all of my years of preaching this lesson and teaching this lesson and reading this verse, I never saw this point. Verse 31, watch the depth now, comes after verse 30. Good God, that was, Elliot, when that truth came to me, I said, Bronner, you are on your way to having a doctorate degree. Because verse 31, watch it now, the knot comes after the evidence that is good news. The enemy waits till you hear all of the good news. They done said, we got fruit, it's going to be beautiful, the land is flowing, and then right after all of the good news, here comes the enemy. Now, not. Because the enemy waits for the opportunity to put the knot in. Let's put it in after their expectations are raised. Now I asked the Lord, why wait till after my expectations are raised to put the knot in? Because the fall is better. The disappointment is greater. Because now you have to live with what you could have been. What it could have happened. Because now you get to see it, but you'll never get it because you're knotted up. And the enemy, watch it now. No, listen to me now, saved people. He knows you're going to heaven. So what he wants you to do is to live with regrets on earth. You know what it could be, but you got such a strong knot in you, you can't even get to what the possibility is. So now you and I are walking around with, I know what I could have done. I could have been a singer. I could have been a nurse. I could have. But somebody told me not. So it would have been better if I never knew what it was. Then I don't have any disappointment. See, the reason why some of us are angry is because you're angry over what you have not become. Generally, people who ain't got nothing going on, they ain't that angry. They pretty happy. Clowning all the time. But people who know what it could be ain't got that much clown. Because they say, I heard, I've seen, it's been told to me. But then somebody came in verse 31 and said, not. And if I hear not enough, I'm not even going to try. So come on, let's say it together. Let's get the knot out.